Ah, Mrs. Collins. I do apologize. I am so late. I trust that Miss Abigail understood. The trial, you know. Aren't you going to ask me how it's going?
No, Reverend Trask, I'm not. You know my sympathies are with Miss Winters, although I'm not allowed to express them publicly. I'll tell Abigail you're here. Daniel, I'll be back. It'll soon be your bedtime.
Excuse me, sir.
Where are you going? I've heard about you, Daniel Collins. Miss Abigail told me about you. You are one of the reasons I'm here. I think it's about time we have a little chat, don't you think?
No.
I do. Because you have been touched by a devil. Your only hope is to talk to me. Yes, a devil was with you daily, teaching you, playing with you. Do you know who I mean? Come, boy, answer me.
Well, no. I mean, the only person that I think looks like a devil is you.
It is not necessarily to look like a devil to be one. It's a logical mistake. I remember what it's like to be your age.
Well, then we have nothing to talk about, because I know what it's like, too. Was that rude? I mean, I never know when I'm being rude, and everyone else does.
You were being honest. I like honesty. I want us to be honest with each other. About one subject in particular. Miss Winters, the witch.
One minute you call her a devil, and the next minute you call her a witch. Why? Because she's neither of those things.
What do you think she is?
I think she's very nice.
If witches were not nice, they wouldn't be dangerous.
Then you like her, too?
I have never liked her. Because my eyes are older than yours, Daniel, they see different things. I can see evil, whereas your eyes see only the world. Miss Abigail and I were discussing you, Daniel. You do not see the path you must take to reach righteousness.
And is that the path that Cousin Abigail has reached?
More than any other mortal in this house.
Oh, I see.
You don't believe that?
Well, it's just that Cousin Abigail is always so unhappy, as if whatever she's eaten hasn't agreed with her.
It is very difficult for a pure woman to exist in this impure world we have created. But someday, when you've grown up, it may all be different. And if you're honest and are taught correctly, it will be. Now, about Miss Winters.
I don't really want to talk about her.
Did she tell you not to?
No.
Well, then what's wrong? I simply want to ask you a few questions. What she told you about God, for example.
She didn't say anything about him.
What? How could she teach you 1 hour without mentioning his name?
She took us to a Sunday meeting once. She did mention his name on a weekday. When Sarah asked her why he created thunder and lightning, because it scared her so.
What did Miss Winters say?
She said that thunder and lightning were caused by atmospheric conditions.
She said that?
Isn't that true?
She is an instrument of the devil.
I didn't understand that.
Because she wanted you to be confused. She knew the only chance she had was to make you doubt. You know what that word means, Daniel? Doubt is a seed from which evil trees grow. How else did Miss Winters praise the devil?
She didn't.
You just didn't know. Tell me other things and I shall show you. She prophesied things, didn't she?
No. She just told us what people would be able to do in the future.
How would she know? Did she talk to you about coming from another century?
No. Does she really?
You're willing to believe that?
Well, I'd like to. What century? Maybe people do fly in the century she comes from.
She has done her duty well with you.
What do you mean?
She has somehow taught you to believe in the impossible.
No. She just told us that the only way to get through life is to be curious.
She said that?
Isn't that true?
Curiosity is the devil's money. What you buy with it is disbelief in everything that it's right to believe in.
Why do you keep talking about the devil when I don't want to have anything to do with the devil?
Then you can still be saved.
How?
By going into court. By admitting that you have believed the devil's word without realizing it.
But it didn't seem like the devil's word.
It never does.
I don't want to go to court.
Because you have the mark of the devil upon you. And as you grow, it will grow.
No. No, I don't. Cousin Naomi, do I have the devil's mark on me?
Of course you don't.
He says I do.
Reverend Trask,
I regret to inform you, Mrs.
it
Collins.
is one thing what you say to an adult, but to frighten a child.
A child who has been touched by a witch.
Don't call Miss Winters a witch.
If you refuse to accept that, then you have been tainted too.
I'm afraid it's you and my sister-in-law who are the tainted ones.
I know who would claim this child if he were to die tonight.
I'm not going to die.
Of course not.
I'm not going to die!
Daniel! You are going to be the one who will have to answer when the time comes.
I followed the devil to capture him, Mrs. Collins. Would I could say the same for you.